doing?
Good. How are you? I saw the feature. Thank you so much for including me.
Oh, we are so excited about this album. I got to tell you, you're very welcome. This is so exciting. You're only about a month away, a little over a month away from the release of this album.
Yep.
And you blew us all away with this awesome video.
Thank you.
How was that to make that video?
It was so fun. I mean, I got to get put into a straitjacket for the first time, which I'm sure a lot of people wanted to see me in, and it was just a really cool experience. There was an awesome warehouse that we used in California, and it was just a lot of fun.
It was. It looked like it. Now you got quite a cast on this album. I mean, how was that? Because you've actually collaborated in the past with a lot of others. And well, how was that working with all these guys, bringing this great new sound of everything from hard rock to metal and everything in there?
It was an incredible experience. Writing the songs with Billy Sheehan and having him produce it, and also writing some songs with Corey Lowry, that was incredible. And then you get guys like Ray Lugier playing drums on all your tracks.
Yes.
Bumblefoot having some crazy solos. Russ Parrish playing incredible guitars and solos too. I mean, I was in awe watching these guys, play, and now they're on my record. So I'm really happy about it, and I'm excited for everyone to hear it.
Me too, definitely. It is amazing because the neat thing is this whole album's got full 14 full tracks. I mean, it's very rare these days when you get a full album like that, and that's what you did. There's no fillers. It's all the way through rockin' tracks. You've got a couple great ones that stand out for me. I've got to ask you about. One is this really raw, honest track, Pain. Can you tell me about that one?
Yeah, it's really, it's the closest to a love song I'm probably ever going to get, but it's not necessarily about a person. It could be anything, really. For me, it's really my music. Being able to have someone or something that can just, make everything okay after whatever terrible things you've been going through, and just having that one thing to really lean on and have support you.
That is true, especially with music. I mean, for me, for everybody I know, that it's like you always have these songs that you can pull out for whatever emotion you're going through. You can always get through it with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have a certain song that you have on your playlist, which is like your go-to to start the day or to fire you up type of song? Any song on your list for that?
Oh, there are so many that I just go to for anything, but my favorite treadmill song would be Drowning Full Bodies.
Nice.
Which is really weird because the gym that I'm in, there's like a lot of like straight edge people, and then I come in and I just start blasting it through my headphones, and it's pretty interesting.
I like that. Well, we got to talk actually about that as well, because you're got a confident, strong personality that is definitely a positive role model to girls, to show that you really can be that confident person in the scene, and I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any advice for, like, let's say, the youth of today who literally are dealing with maybe the internet and the bad side of it and the digital demons? What advice can you give to them for that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say ignore it, but honestly, if anyone's dealing with whether it's, online bullying or anything like that, just, be yourself no matter what, and whoever is taking the time out to shut you down, you're either competition for them or they're bored and have nothing else going on. I mean, there's a lot of thought that goes into these like terrible things that go on the internet. So I mean, you just gotta keep going through it. I mean, for me, I got some flack for turning into who I am as a person. I've always been this rocker and. Like, oh, why do you look so weird? Oh, why, and for me to just embrace it, I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be different, and, the older you get, the better it gets. So I would just say ignore it and just keep doing what you're doing, because it will pay off. Definitely.
That's great, because we need that. We need the youth, the girls especially, to have that strong personality and not be afraid of that. And that's what you've done, and you kick ass out there, and that's the best thing.
Thank you. I try.
Now we got to ask you: do you have any type of pre-show rituals when you hit the stage?
Well, because of my classical training, it's kind of not as exciting as one might think. I do my warm-ups, and I always have the same tea all the time before I go on stage, and I really just make sure I'm prepared. And that's like my big thing, because being on the stage is the most important thing to me. I mean, it's so much fun making records and writing songs, and I love it. But being on stage is my number one love. So I take my prep time very seriously and very classically.
So now you have a couple dates in October. Are you planning on doing a tour now as when the album comes out?
Well, we are working on putting together a tour currently. I'm not sure exactly when we are going to announce or when it is kicking off. But, yeah, we do have an in-store performance and signing on October 16th at Vintage Vinyl in Fords, New Jersey. And then a great show with a bunch of cool bands at Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey the next night on October 17th. So those will be great. And then hopefully shortly we'll be able to announce some more stuff coming up.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. As long as we know it's in the works, we're ready for it. Got to get you out back here to the West Coast.
Oh, I would love to.
Now also, in addition to your singing, you also play kick-ass rock and guitar. Now, how old were you when you started playing the guitar?
Well, it's actually a funny story. I started with piano as a child, and then stopped for a little bit, and then really got back into it while I started writing music, and actually had to do it in school. And the guitar kind of came a little bit later. I was taught righty initially, and I'm a lefty, like, through and through. So it was hard for me at first, and then finally, I was like, light bulb, just flip it over.
Yeah.
So I started restringing my guitars the other way, and I was like, why have I been making this harder for myself and playing righty all this time? So now I'm a full-on lefty player, but I did learn righty, so I can do both, but lefty's definitely my comfort zone now. But, I started that a little bit later than the keys, but I love them both equally. They're just so much fun.
Now that is good because you mentioned, so you actually had, because I know a lot of schools are doing away with the music programs. Did you have one in your school then?
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
We had it. I don't know why they would get rid of the music programs. It makes no sense to me.
I know.
Especially since, I was never really great in math classes, and there's so much math, like, to do music, and it's also a good way to express yourself. So no matter what your strengths or weaknesses are, music class is the best thing for you. But yeah, we had music in my schools, and then I also started off as a young kid doing, regional theater, musical theater, outside of school as well. There were programs, and I ended up doing that as well. So in school and out of school, I made sure, and my parents helped me make sure that I was, music all the time and the arts all the time.
That is cool, because there's definitely a big group of rockers, like Matt Storm coming out with the Adopt the Arts programs and bringing it back into the schools, and I think it's so important. It is, because it just it fosters everything. It gives them their outlet and be creative. I love that you actually had that.
Yeah, it's so important. But I couldn't say anything else. That's like really the best thing that you could do to get kids to really, whether it's to express themselves or just keep them busy and out of trouble. What's wrong with music? It's the best thing in the world. Music is everywhere.
That is awesome. Now another track I got to ask you about, if that's okay, is Under the Microscope. What about that one? What's the story behind that one? Because that's a badass track.
Yeah, that one's fun, and it was so much fun to do too. To record and to write it was really fun. I was like really nitpicky about that one. It started off a little bit political, and then really just came into this general sense of, you could watch like 100 different news channels all around the world, same topic, totally different story.
Yep, exactly.
And that started to frustrate me a little bit, because I was like, what the heck is going on? Whether it was like, like a missile story or something else, and it was just, you didn't know what was right and what was the wrong information. But then you also notice, they're always watching you, and people are always going to judge you on that, and so I just kind of wanted to express that and be like, listen, like, there's nothing you can do, nowhere you can hide. It's always going to get coverage no matter what. So
that's such a great track too. I love that. It is, and that's what we got to, thank you for bringing out all these great songs that you can rock out and still connect the listeners in such a way. And I'm really looking forward to everybody to hearing the album on October 16th. And lastly, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience and your fans?
Well, thank you for having me first. And yeah, I hope people, go check out the record. It's out October 16th. Check me out online. I hope you liked the video for Monster. It was a lot of fun to make. So I hope it'll be a lot of fun for you to watch. And I wrote these songs. Each song is is a real life experience. So I'm hoping people can relate, and just enjoy it. And I hope to get out and play for all of you soon.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. We can't wait for you to come out here. And congratulations on the album.
Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking with me.
Thank you.